And get into a few of the different muscle trains in the body. So there are 13 muscle trains. It's how all of the muscles in our body are connected. They're all surrounded by this connective tissue, or maybe this fascia, another word you may have heard. Um, but it's just this saran wrap that wraps our muscles, that gets certain muscles to work together. And so we have the spiral line of muscles that literally connects the neck, goes between the shoulder blades, wraps around the ribs to the same side hip. So if this hip is tight, it can twist us in this direction, but we're not going to walk down the street looking this way. So we turn the shoulder back, head forward. We get tension in the neck, the shoulder, even between the shoulder blades. The problem's down in the hip. So if we can release that, we release tension all around the body. But we also have this lateral line that kind of keeps us in, keeps us walking straight, stabilizes us as we move. We have this deep core line that runs up the inside of the body, starts at the bottom of the feet, sweeps up through the inner leg line, runs up the front of the spine, and even connects to the bottom of the tongue. We got this superficial front line of muscles, back line, and so on. But you don't need to remember all of that. All you got to do is show up and continue to explore the different waves of the spine, because the more you show up, the more tensions we will release, and the more you will actually be able to explore. And so this is a very, very good assessment for you. So each time that you do show up to this class, I want you to make a psychic post-it note of kind of where you are today, so that each day or each week or each month that you do show up again, you will be able to kind of assess yourself of how far you have come. And so go ahead and find a comfortable seated position. Again, this could be on the floor, on a chair, on the set on the edge of your bed. But wherever you are, try to find all your body parts touching the ground. So if you are in your bed, plant your feet on the earth. Or if you're here sitting and you want to sit up on a block or a bolster or something like that, then go ahead and plop yourself up on that. Make sure the shins, the ankles, everything's touching the ground. And when we do arrive, we do this gentle press down through the feet or anything that's really touching the earth to create this length. Feel that rebound, right? Using Newton's third law of motion, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So by pressing down, there's this equal and opposite rebound of the tissues, right? So think of Newton's third law of motion like this. Like if you had complete straight limbs, right? If there were no joints, if you were like a tree, you can't push down. So you would never be able to jump up off the ground. But as we bend and we press down, we feel that rebound, right? So there is something that's actually happening from a physics standpoint. And then go ahead and soften your eyes, and we'll connect to the breath as we like to do in this class. So go ahead and picture that golden flame burning in the center of your pelvis. On the inhale, we breathe in through the nose, gently allowing the breath to travel downward, turning that candle flame downward without putting it out. So just this gentle turn, this gentle inhale. On the exhale, we give the deep pelvic floor muscles a gentle squeeze in and lift up, gently turning the candle flame upward behind the navel. So breathing and relax, warm and wide in the pelvic floor. And on the exhale, that gentle press down as we ripple up the spine. Gently turn that candle flame upward behind the navel. Inhale, relax, warm and wide in the pelvic floor. And on the exhale, like a tube of toothpaste, squeeze in. And gently lift up, lengthening through the top of the head. So continuing that breath, using that breath throughout the entire practice. We'll crack our eyes open, and as easeful as you can, we'll just begin to sweep the ribs from side to side. And you may start to hear some cracking going on because you're releasing some tension because the body wants to move, right? Rolling the shoulder back than the other. And just trying to create as many little movements in as many places as you can throughout the beginning of this practice. And now we'll start to make the movements a little bigger, circling the hips down to one side, over to the other and back. And so just starting off this practice with some gentle hip circles, some nice organic movement. We'll go ahead and reverse the direction. And this is your practice, so you can take this wherever you feel. And then as organic as the body needs, we just start to move asymmetrically, finding all those tight spots. So you could wake up super, super stiff, so maybe your movements aren't as big as mine. Or maybe you do want to explore some of the different waves of the spine. So no matter where you are sitting, we do want to make sure that if we are sitting in a chair, that it's not super soft, because it's really hard to press down into a cushion. But if you're sitting on something, make sure it has, a little firmness to it that you can press down and feel that rebound as we start to move. And just start to explore the different waves of the spine. Whatever feels nice here, the beginning moments of class. And then we'll begin to find the weight evenly between the sit bones. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the bolster there. And then we just sit up tall for a moment. And on the next inhale, we're going to dive the heart down. Okay, but we're going to arch the back. So we're going to come forward, chin lifts, as we kind of arch slightly backwards. And on the exhale, we grab the shins, drop the chin, and round in. So we want to warm up the front and the back of the body. So breathing and diving down, arching back. And exhale, we curl in. Inhale to dive down, sweep it forward. And exhale, dropping the chin, gazing in. So on the next inhale, we're actually going to take the arms with us. But the elbows will sweep wide, and the fingers are actually the last thing to reach to the sky. Right? So nothing's in a straight line, they're just organically floating up. On the exhale, we lean slightly back, press the sit bones down, lengthen up. Even turn here to the side, breathing in, arms sweep forward and high. And exhale, that press down, lengthen up the front of the spine. So inhale, sweeping it forward, reaching to the sky. And exhale. Good, so continuing that 3 more times. Or on the next exhale, we press the sit bones down so much the heels lift up. So breathing and placing the feet down. Sweep it forward. And exhale, that press down. So you just feel that rebound, right? So we're not necessarily lifting the feet up, but they naturally come up because you press down so much. And next time the feet are down, we're going to keep them down. We're going to come into a couple of twists. So on the inhale, we just get that length, maybe even rolling one shoulder back than the other. And once we have that tallness of the spine, we just twist to the right side and allow the arms to kind of drape. We just look over that shoulder for a brief moment, breathing in back through center, reaching tall, and breathing out, twisting the other way. Inhale, sweep it forward into the sky. Exhale. So breathing in. So the next time we're through center and we sweep the hands forward, we're going to actually interlace the fingers, extending the palms high, reaching to the sky. And on the exhale, hands forward as we drop the chin, curl in. It's almost like someone's grabbing our wrists and pulling us forward. We reach the sky. And exhale, pulling us forward, dropping and curling. Good. Same thing, but on the exhale, right hand comes down to the right side or whichever arm you choose. And exhale, we're just stretching that side, leaning a little bit towards that side. Option to slide the hand down, maybe coming down to the wrist or the forearm. Try not to force anything here. So breathing in back through center, reaching tall, and breathing out, just switching sides. So other hand down the side, opposite arm over the ear, stretching from right armpit to right hip side. Just breathing in through center and breathing out, maybe going a little bit deeper each time. And we're not holding these poses much. But we're just telling the nervous system that everything's okay, so it's allowing us to relax a little bit more each time we come into that side. Breathing in back through center, and breathing out. Kind of spin open towards the sky. So just one more time, going left. And continuing to make any movements that you choose. We'll see you next time.